Hey everyone, Matt here, Home Farm Ideas, and today I want to trim up this jalapeno plant. The reason being is because it's actually getting too big, and I just want to start off with some new growth and stuff. I had a bit of a deficiency in my aquaponic system. This is an aquaponic jalapeno plant, by the way. I had a bit of a deficiency which caused a lot of weird growth in my jalapenos, and so but now that I have my water under control and my pH is just right, I'm gonna start getting a lot of new growth, and so I want to trim this up so that it's not gonna start leaning over from the heaviness of all the peppers that I'm gonna be growing, which has been the case in the past. So let me show you guys the pepper plant and some of the issues it was having, and then some of the peppers I just took off of this thing for my brother-in-law. He eats these things like a crazy person. So anyways, they are super hot from aquaponics. I don't care what people tell you. They're super hot. Actually, I think they're hotter. And so yeah, anyway. So let's go ahead and have a look at this thing. Yes, these are green, but you know what? I pulled these off because I want to pickle all of them in a small jar and give them to my brother-in-law. He ate them up. I already started pruning a little bit. Took off some of the branches here. And this is the actual plant here in all its glory. It's pretty dang big for being in an aquaponic setup. The one thing that I did want to say is that this plant is like 3 years old, okay, and so it's an older plant. Let me go around the other side here. These are my carrots. Say hi, carrots. They're not talking today. Sorry, I'm moving stuff. So obviously these are onions and stuff that'll go good with salsa. But yeah, oh, that's better. Yeah, so that's my pepper plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it up. I'm going to actually bring it down to probably about right there. That way I can get all the new shoots coming in and stuff, and we're just coming into spring here pretty soon. It's not spring yet, but it will be. The weather is just right. So I'm going to cut it off right about there, and then I'll do a follow-up video and we'll see what this thing looks like after a little while. So let's take you in a little closer. Hopefully the light's good, but we'll take in a little closer and then I'll show you where to cut it. Alright, so as you can see, I got this one cut down, okay? But I'm going to be cutting off, like I said, a lot of this top foliage here. But I just wanted to tell you guys areas you can cut it. That way you don't stunt the plant's growth. You see all these here? These are like little knuckles here. And so if I wanted to trim this, I could cut it basically here and cut off there as well, and this leaf, and just leave that knuckle, and you'll get new growth out of that. But I'm going to be trimming lower. So what I want to do is I want to cut in areas like that, okay, where that offshoot's going off. I don't want basically offshoots coming off and then tilting the plant down or pulling the plant down. Because if you could see, the parts that I trimmed off of this, it basically was making the plant tilt this way. But now that I got that area trimmed off, it's going to start balancing this way if I don't trim this up. So, and with aquaponics, you can just straighten it out like that. It doesn't do any harm. And then you just backfill around the back of it. And then, generally speaking, it'll work. But man, this thing's got a good root system. So anyways, let's trim off a lot of this. I came out of the sun to show you this because I don't like standing in the sun. But basically, you see that on the leaf there? That's not just browning, okay? That is called leaf miters, okay? And while you're doing your severe pruning or pruning back of your older plants, you want to make sure that you're cutting off any leaves that have that. They're not going to devastate your plant unless you really let it go. But the healthier your plant is, the more unlikely it is that you're going to get leaf miters, okay? So, but while you're pruning it, just pay attention. If your leaves have that, cut the leaves off. So I heavily prune this thing, and I'm going to show it to you right now, but I just wanted to show you this. That way you guys can see, look for these kinds of, they're like squiggly lines in the leaves. Those are called leaf miters. You want to get those out as best you can. Not a deal breaker. You can leave them, but don't let them devastate your plant. Don't let them take over. All right. Okay, so there we go. A lot of pruning going on. The cool thing is once I started pruning it, I seen a lot of really a lot of interesting, basically, things that are encouraging for me. See this right here? Okay, so remember I was telling you I cut them off at the knuckles. I left this one because I think that kind of evens out the plant, but I might just cut it off right now because we got new growth coming from these tips. Okay, so, and if you look almost all over the plant, you got a lot of new growth coming in. Okay, which is going to send this growth through the roof now. It's going to really start to take off. So, see all these new growth points. And then I'm trying to see if there's any on the tips, like there. Okay. So, so wherever those growth points are, that's where you're going to see an overall growing out. So, so like with this one, for instance, it's okay for this thing to grow out a little bit. Okay. Like I said, I might just prune this one off as well, but overall, pretty good. A lot smaller of a plant, but I'm telling you, we're gonna start getting a flush of flowers and just a bunch of cool stuff's gonna be happening with this pepper plant. So look for the update video. If you like this video, blah 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 blah, thumbs up, subscribe, and if you guys have any questions or anything like that, or comments, because I'm not a professional, post them in the comment section below. And I look forward to doing more videos like this, obviously. So God bless, and like always, peace, you guys.